Imagine walking through campus, struggling silently with stress, anxiety, or depression, unsure where to turn for help or even where do you seek. You're met with a long wait list or even limited counseling options. This is the reality many Baylor students face today. According to American College Health Association 2023, about 60% of college students have reported experiencing overwhelming anxiety, and about 45% say they have felt so depressed at one point that they couldn't function. We cannot ignore these numbers. As responsible citizens and active members of the Baylor community, we must act now to expand mental health service on our campus. Today, I will walk through the problems, what's causing it, and propose a clear, practical solution to improve the lives of thousands of students. First, let's take a look at the reality of the problem. While Baylor does provide mental health resources, demand far exceeds capacity. Students often face delays or weeks just to be seen. According to a 2023 Baylor Lair article, students may wait up to weeks for a counseling appointment during peak times. For someone battling anxiety or depression, 3 weeks is way too long. Additionally, services are limited to short-term counseling. This is not enough for students dealing with chronic or complex mental conditions. In comparison, schools like the University of Michigan have implemented care models that include ongoing therapy, group sessions, and peer support networks. Now that we understand the problems and what's going on, we've taken a look at what's going on. There are three primary causes that I think: high demand, limited resources, and stigma. The primary cause is simple. More students are seeking help, but staffing and funding haven't kept pace. In fact, according to the Center for Collegiate Mental Health, Penn State 2022, college counseling centers have seen a 30% increase in demand over the past 5 years, with staffing levels only rising by 5%. Another issue is stigma. Many students still feel uncomfortable reaching out, fearing judgment or misunderstanding. This is especially true for students for marginalized communities who may not see themselves represented among staff. Finally, Baylor's strong emphasis on academic excellence and Christian character can unintentionally pressure students to suppress mental health struggles. We need a system that both acknowledges and supports the person as a whole, their mind, body, and spirit. Thankfully, there are a couple of solutions to fix this crisis. Here are a few solutions that I think can fix. Baylor can take immediate, practical steps to address these problems. First, hit more counselors and diversify the staff, which means prioritize professionals who reflect our students' bodies' racial, cultural, and religious diversity. The Journal of American College Health 2020 found that students are more likely to seek help when they feel culturally understood. Secondly, introduce group counseling and peer support programs. I think this is a big one. This would reduce wait times and normalize mental health conversations. For example, UC Berkeley launched successfully peer mental health program, reducing wait times by 35% in its first year. Thirdly, create 24/7 virtual counseling services, which means partnering with platforms like Timely Care or Better Mind can give students around-the-clock access to care, especially during high stress times like midterms and finals. Lastly, launch a destigmatize campaign, host workshops, use social media, and engage students, leaders in promoting mental awareness and wellness. Now, with the solution in mind, let's turn to why it matters. We're not just students, we're part of a community that shapes Baylor's culture. Now, for the future, expecting mental health services is not just a nice idea, it's an urgent necessity. As Harvard psychologist Dr. Lisa Damore puts it, college is most important psychological transition of young adults' life. If we don't support students now, we're setting them up for failure later. Let's not wait for another mental health crisis to act. Let's be the generation that changes how Baylor supports its students by expanding access, reducing stigma, and showing that mental health matters just as much as academic success. Thank you.